Hey, it's your favorite Lake Stevens lowlife. I hope everybody enjoyed their Father's Day the other day. I know I did. Father's Day in Lake Stevens. How many people in Lake Stevens yesterday thought about the meaning and the concept of fatherhood? Protect, provide, and preside. That's what a job is. That's what the job is of a father. Protect, provide, and preside. How many of you do it? Everybody's got these beautiful little communities where people live comfortably and enforce the rules of the HOA. And by God, if you're mowing past a certain time or riding a mini bike or have any overdue library books, it's your butt. You're gonna get it. But did you know in this community we are tied for the same amount of rapes that a place like Federal Way is? 100,000 people there, 40,000 here. So, my question to you, men in your communities that are watching this, what are you doing to protect, provide, and preside? You got a gun, and so help me God, if somebody kicks in my door, I'm going to send them to their maker. All the way to, I'm going to write a strongly worded post on the local Lake Stevens page. See, a lot of you spend more time posting about making sure somebody's Pomeranian doesn't crap in your yard than getting vocal about why out of every 100 rapes and sexual assaults in our beautiful little Snohomish County that come across the prosecutor's desk, why only 20 of them get looked at. And when they do look at them, they check your voting record first, because, you know, that's what's most important, not protecting our women and children. How many of you men are doing that? Yeah, you go to city council meetings and you get loud, maybe. You go on the Facebook page like I'm doing right now, and you get loud, maybe. Or maybe you post under my videos and tell me to shut the heck up because it is not my job. It's not my job to call out what's wrong with this community. There is no room for vigilante justice in our community. I know. Man, I know there's no room for vigilante justice in this community. You know how I know? Because the amount of sex offenders and pedophiles in this area tell me so. That's how I know. Now, before you get your butt in a knot, you tell me I'm creepy and I'm overstepping my boundaries and all that other crap half of you knuckleheads said. Ask yourself, what are you doing to help law enforcement? When was the last time you talked to a Lake Stevens police officer and asked him or her, do you feel the support of your community? Do you feel like you're supported in this beautiful little town? Do you feel like when you arrest somebody that has done horrible things, do you feel that once you hand over that paperwork and that person to the powers that be, and because of the laws that are here and what people have voted for, you feel like you've done your job and you're supported in bringing rule and law and order and justice? Because I know the cops that I've talked to feel like they can't get a break. feel like they're shoveling sand against the tide and trying to fill a bucket full of holes. See, the last video I did it with kind of a naive mindset, thinking that this community would support what I'm asking of it. Because, folks, I'm not asking you to do anything I wouldn't do. Hell, I'm putting my face right out here for you all to see. My face, my name, my reputation, my integrity. There isn't a doggone thing that I'm willing to ask of you that I'm not willing to do of myself. And it is surprising how many people told me to shut up. How many people told me to be quiet. How many people sent me private messages and trolled the living heck out of me, all in support of being quiet about how many sex offenders and pedophiles are here. Saying I'm just trying to get attention and jumping onto some sort of cause. Well, you're right. Because I got your attention. Heck, some of you, I got so much of your attention, you couldn't stop sending me messages and commenting and calling me everything but my name. And I don't care. I don't care. Because I'm fighting for what is mine. I'm fighting for the people that I love. And I'm fighting for those in this community that don't have a voice or a choice. We've got women in this community that have to wait up to 5 years to be able to stop their attacker and their abuser from roaming free. We've got women and children in this community, they're just scratching their heads and they don't understand why we have laws and we have rules in society. And the only people that get the benefit of those laws and rules in our society are the ones that have zero respect for it or use for it until they are held to task for what they've done. 1 in 3 women are sexually assaulted. The stats for children, astronomical. I wear this cut, my little army of one that I am. It says pedophile hunter on it. I have a hoodie that says dead pedophiles don't re-offend. And you know how many times I walk through our community and I have people tell me, I love your hoodie. I love your vest. And you can literally see in that woman's eyes, or that young woman's eyes, that she's the victim of it. And I'll tell you what I see in their eyes. I see hope that maybe possibly somebody's fighting for them. And I see anger and rage because they've spent a long time feeling like nobody was. So you can come at me with all your Lake Stevens tough guy, biker guy, and all that stuff that you guys do. But I need you to know, before you post that, the first thing I think, and that most people think, especially if you're a guy, you're just doing it because you're too chicken to get out there and get uncomfortable for the greater good. And if you're a girl or a woman that tries to shut me up and tell me what I'm doing is wrong, there are thousands and tens of thousands of women that are looking at you going, how dare you? How dare you? Some of these older women in their 50s and 60s and 70s telling me to shut up and this community has no room for somebody like me. You know how many women I heard that have said, yeah, I told mom that dad was doing this, but mom told me I was making it up. I told grandma that grandpa was doing this, but they told me I was just trying to get attention. They said I'm a liar and to shut my mouth. Or some of you out there are blaming the women. Oh, you shouldn't have wore those yoga pants, honey. Maybe if you wear a longer dress, maybe that wouldn't have happened to you. So think really, really hard before you comment on this video. I'm not doing this for clout. I'm not doing this for anything other than, I don't want to use the term I've seen too much, but I've seen a lot. And if you see what I've seen and you listen, it'll change you. And if you have any moral compass or backbone or spine or any integrity, you can't not do anything. You can't not say anything. I'm catching hell, caught hell, and will continue to catch hell for what I'm doing, and I don't care. I don't care. There's beautiful little North Cove Beach over here, full of kids and teenagers just wanting to be in their bathing suits and come out here and have a good time. And you know what happens up here? Did you know this? What happens is these sex offenders that you won't throw in jail, they come up here with their phones and their cameras, and they film your daughter and they film your granddaughter, and then they pass them around on the internet for all the deviants to do what they want with. So, I don't know. What am I going to do about it? Well, we're thinking about scheduling a ride. See how many bikers and Jeeps and trucks and mopeds and go-karts, I don't care what it is, get together and do a nice big ride, help raise awareness. Filming a documentary right now to bring attention to it. And I'll continue to post and make videos. But the main purpose of this video is fatherhood, manhood, and what's it mean to you? Does it go as far as your keyboard on your phone when you're lighting me up, telling me to shut up? What are you going to do about it? Well, I know what I'm going to do about it. I'm going to continue to do these videos as much as I want, as often as I can, because I have this fun little thing called freedom of speech. One thing I learned in Washington State, it doesn't matter how wrong you are, you can talk as much as you want. So I'm fitting to do that. Let's see how many men, fathers, brothers, grandfathers, uncles, are willing to say enough's enough and do what needs to be done to protect the fabric of family and the blanket of safety that everybody wants and deserves. And see how many people are going to come out in droves to protect our law enforcement and support them. Stop tying them up with inconsequential stuff so they can do their job and fulfill the reason why they strap on that gun every day and wear that badge. You guys will put more effort into God knows what than protecting your own families. My question to you is this: how many of you are going to continue on with the hateful rhetoric to justify the fact that you're too much of a coward to start speaking out in any way you can for the sole purpose of protecting, providing, and presiding. There's an awful lot of people that have gotten really cavalier with our freedoms and our safety and our sense of peace. I was joking with one of my buddies the other day. The Washington State image of fighting, or the way people fight anymore, is holding up their phone and talking crazy. I saw a sex offender recently get pulled up on, and the first thing he did was pulled out his phone and said, "What are you going to do about it?" And then the guy took his phone from him. How many men are willing to do anything at all? I don't know. I'm done.